And a good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to the PACO Arena in the heart of Manila for Sinag Liga Asya in the DOJ Interagency Cup 2025 as we bring to you two games today on this Thursday doubleheader. Taking a look at the teams matching up today, it's the BUCOR Safekeepers, fresh off those two big blowout wins that they just got in their previous games. And then we take a look at the other team, it's the NBI SHARPSHOOTERs, coming off a momentous win against the DOJ Saviors on the other hand. Titingnan natin who will come out triumphant in this game. All of those questions will be answered in the next 40 minutes as we take a look at the player from BUCOR. This is Jason Bingkang, perfect from the field in their previous matchup, scoring a game-high 14 points in just 11 minutes. Highly efficient inside the arc. This is Jason Bingkang from the BUCOR Safekeepers. And then we take it over to the other side. This is Paul Reguera, dominated with 27 big points, shooting almost at 50% efficiency and added 4 rebounds and 4 assists. The leading scorer of this NBI squad, Reguera, as we take a look at the games today. Our first game happening in just a bit. It's the Safekeepers going up against the Sharpshooters, happening at 7:30. In our final game of the day, it's the Defenders going up against the Saviors. And a good evening to all the basketball fans watching out there. Myself, Aaron D, alongside my partner, a former assistant coach of the Mapua Cardinals, and not to mention a good friend of mine, Coach Anton de los Reyes. So Coach Anton, welcome to Sinag Liga Asya.
Thank you very much, Aaron. Good evening sa ating manonood sa bahay, sa bus, sa train, kung saan man kayo. Welcome sa Sinag Liga Asya DOJ Interagency Basketball Tournament Secretaries Cup. Very happy to be here. Also very glad to be working with you again. It's been a while, Aaron.
Indeed, the pleasure is mine, Coach Anton. But kung nandito kami ni Coach Anton, meron pa kaming isang member, that's the third member of our panel, Miss Daphne Lozana, who is going to be our eyes and ears on the sideline. So, kamusta ka naman, Daphne?
Thank you so much for asking, Aaron. I'm actually feeling very excited for tonight's ballgame. But before anything else, magandang gabi sa inyo, Aaron at Coach Anton. At magandang gabi rin sa ating mga kasinag na nakasubaybay ngayon. As I was saying earlier, talagang kaabang-abang itong matchup na to because both of the teams are known to be the teams to beat dito sa tournament natin. But before anything else, once again, I'm Daphne Lozano, your eyes and ears for today's match. Back to you, gentlemen.
And thanks for that, Daphne. Hihintayin namin yung mga updates mo for later. But speaking of the updates, if you want to be more updated dito sa Sinag Liga Asya, we'd like to tell everyone to go ahead and hit that follow button, hit that like button at Sinag Liga Asya. Nandiyan po kami sa Facebook and Instagram. Hanapin niyo po kami. It's so easy to hit that like button. And then we move on naman doon sa YouTube and TikTok pages natin at Sinag Liga TV. Everything you need to know about our beloved SLA is all there as we take it over naman doon sa team standings natin. Nasaan ba yung maglalaban-laban ngayon, Coach Anton?
So if you look at the team standings, the BUCOR Safekeepers leading the pack at 2-0, habang ang NBI Sharpshooters naman ay 1-1, nasa gitna, looking to go up in the standings.
And we take it over naman doon sa game story natin, Coach Anton. It's to stay in the green zone as both of these teams coming off a win in their previous matchup.
So that is correct. No, the Bureau of Corrections Safekeepers, they won against their last game against PCG. That was a demolition job. 77-41. Grabe ang field goal percentage, rebounds, second chance points, points in the paint, fast break points, lahat yan binigay at tinodo ng BUCOR.
Yep, definitely BUCOR really did a good job in their previous matchup. As we mentioned, two blowout wins in their two previous matchups. Kaya talagang itong BUCOR, they're the #1 team in our tournament, Coach Anton. But then they're gonna have their hands full against this NBI Sharpshooter squad.
O this NBI Sharpshooter squad, hindi mo rin mapapagkaila dahil yung mga players nila, talking about Paul Reguera, you mentioned to him, pati si Erwin Duran, mga notable names yan, napakalakas na players yan. So I'm pretty sure they're going to give a good fight dito sa league-leading Safekeepers natin.
Definitely gonna be a big game for us. As we mentioned, itong si Reguera and even Erwin Duran, no? Mga mainstays dito kahit sa Lakas 40 division natin. So these players, they're really familiar sa Sinag Liga Asya natin, Coach Anton.
That is correct. Other leagues, no, they play together, other commercial leagues. So talagang magkakakilala at alam na nito kung paano ang diskarte nila sa isa't isa sa kanilang team.
Definitely gonna be a good matchup para sa atin, di ba? The NBI Sharpshooters coming off that victory against the DOJ Saviors. Diba? Really a tough game para sa kanila. Not to mention, they had players yung DOJ like Alastoy, the big man who could score inside and outside in that previous game, Coach.
So during that game, they did win that. The score was 91-80. Fourth quarter attack gets the job done. During that game, 46% field goal percentage ang NBI, 19 assists, 15 steals, only 7 turnovers, at naka 22 points off turnover sila during that game.
And this NBI Sharpshooters team 1-1 in our tournament as we give it over to Daphne Lozano for a short pregame report.
Thank you so much, Aaron and Coach Anton. Mga kasinag, before we start our ball game, I'm actually beside two very important people from both teams, which are the head coaches of our teams. But first, on my right side is head coach Lucio Guevara of the NBI BUCOR SAFEKEEPERS. So, sir, thank you so much po for joining me here before we start our game. So, so far you are the undefeated team in this tournament. So, what do you think is the edge of your team na wala po sa ibang teams?
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening to all the viewers. Number one is the speed that we have and yung deep nung aming bench. Yes. Thank you.
And sir, meron po ba kayong gustong batiin at pasalamatan sa mga nanonood ngayon?
Yes, I would like to greet my family, Ate Tin, Kuya Tonton, Ate Tantan, and my wife, Mami Tet. Good evening. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. And now on my left side is the head coach of the NBI Sharpshooters, Raymond Valenzuela. Coach, thank you so much also for gracing your time here. So ayun, sir, alam naman po natin na yun nga, undefeated ang inyong kalaban. So how do you plan to finally defeat one of the undefeated teams in this tournament?
Siguro kailangan lang namin ano yung game plan namin, lalo na siguro yung depensa. Kailangan lang namin siguro mag-sprint back on defense. Kailangan lang namin ma-stop yung pass break siguro. Siguro lang, mag-stick lang kami sa game plan. Siguro magandang laro tong gagawin.
Hopefully, sir. And meron din po ba kayong gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Nagpapasalamat din ako sa mga boss namin dito sa NBI. And binabati ko din yung wife ko sa Antipolo, yung mga taga-Santahan na dyan. Saka yung pamilya ko dyan sa Antipolo, binabati ko.
Thank you so much, sir. And inaanyayahan ko po ang pares na coach for the handshake of sportsmanship. Good luck po to both teams. Ayan, kaya naman mga kasinag, alam kong handang-handa na kayo for tonight's ball game. Kaya coming up is our match between the NBI Sharpshooters and the BUCOR SAFEKEEPERS. And now I'm turning it over to Mr. Ram Valid for our DOJ SLA starters of the match.
Good evening, basketball fans, and we're coming to you live inside the PACO Arena, the city of Manila. Welcome to SLA DOJ Interagency Basketball Tournament Secretary's Cup, presented to you by Sinag, Liga, Asya, and the Department of Justice. Co-presented by Okada Manila and Hotel 101 Global. We're also live on the official FB page of Sinag Liga Asya and YouTube channel at Sinag Liga TV, and to our broadcast partners Blast TV, Top Sports, Fiber TV, and Cable Link. Powered by SLA Sports Production and Converge. It's a Thursday double-header games featuring our first match, the battle between BUCOR SAFEKEEPERS and your NBI Sharpshooters. And now it's time to meet the starting lineups of the protagonists. First for your BUCOR SAFEKEEPERS. Point guard number 18, Joey Dacumos. Shooting guard number 8, Christian Cruz. Forward number 9, Herbie De Guzman. The other forward number 25, Anthony Alyuzo. And center number 74, Justine Lopez. BUCOR SAFEKEEPERS led by Coach Lucio Guevara. Assisted by Michael Martin, Anthony Omega, and Al Andrada. Your BUCOR SAFEKEEPERS. And now let's meet the starters for your NBI Sharpshooters. At forward. At forward, number 18, Paul Reguera. At guard, number 1, Lou Abad. At center, number 22, Erwin Duran. The other guard, number 25, Joel Taguban. And the other forward, number 30, Erwin Benaventura. Head coach for NBI Sharpshooters is Raymond Valenzuela, assisted by Tura Valenzuela, Paul Valenzuela, Jun Hizon, and Renoboy Lobo. Your NBI Sharpshooters. Game officials are Dennis Escaros, John Lisiques, and J.R. Belano.
And let's take a look at the team starters for both teams. The Bureau of Correction, they go with Cruz, Dacumos, Lopez, De Guzman, and Aliuso. The NPI Sharpshooters, it's Abad, Tacuban, Duran, Reguera, and Buenaventura. Once again, a good evening to all the basketball fans watching out there. We're coming to you live from the PACO Arena here in the city of Manila. Myself, Aaron D, alongside Coach Anton de los Reyes and our courtside reporter, Miss Daphne Lozano. And Coach Anton, we've kept talking about this Safekeeper squad coming off those 2 big blowout losses, possibly the biggest winning margin in this tournament. But they're going up against this NBI Sharpshooter squad with some legit big men.
So it is a different complexion this time for the Safekeepers. They did come off that 2-game winning streak, winning against PPA and PCGG in their last game. It was a blowout, 77-41. An interesting note during that game, it was a full court press all the way. So that's something that we're going to be looking out for kung ganyan ang gagawin nila sa larong ito ngayon.
And Coach Anton, this BUCOR Safekeeper squad opening this game with a 3-pointer, giving us a different flavor to start it off because in their previous matchup, they only shot 2 of 11 from 3-point land.
So no doubt they want to jack up their field goal percentage at 3-point area, and they need to do that kasi medyo malalaki itong NBI Sharpshooters.
Sweet Lou Abad with a tasty dish inside to Joel Tacuban, getting that shot to drop. As we take a look at this NBI Sharpshooters, on the other hand naman, Coach Anton, coming off that big victory against the DOJ Saviors, that was a tough one, especially with the star power that the Saviors had.
So 1-1 ang standing ng NBI Sharpshooters. You mentioned they won against DOJ 91-18. That game they forced 18 turnovers, 60% 2-point field goal shooting ang kanilang pinakita. So napakainit nila sa 2-point area.
And we mentioned Paul Reguera in the pregame, but let's not forget Erwin Duran, the number 22 of this NBI squad, with 20 points and almost 61% efficiency, Coach Anton.
Wow, that's, you know, if a player shoots that efficiently, if they shoot that well, eh, malamang sa malamang, mananalo yan.
As we take a look at this instant replay, the turnaround shot, it's good from Aliuso from the BUCOR side. Taking a look at the score, 5-2, 8 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here. And our first game of this Thursday doubleheader. They try to give it, but Abad gets the steal. Here come the Sharpshooters and Abad losing that ball, but it's gonna stay with the boys in black.
Nice anticipation by Lou Abad. Playing the passing lanes really well. Kitang-kita niya yung pasa at na-intercept. Buti na lang at yung depensa ng BUCOR was right there to stop that possible fast break attempt.
And Lou Abad teeing it up and knocking it down, getting his first 3-pointer of the game.
Easy breezy 3-point shot by Lou Abad. Parang walk in the park lang, no?
And that's what you'd expect from this MVP candidate from the Sinag Lakas 40 division. As that 3-pointer from Cruz is in and out, trying to go 2 out of 2 from deep.
Almost getting that 3-pointer to go. He was wide open. Maya-maya na lang, I feel he's going to knock down those shots.
Aliuso. And that was definitely a travel. Hesitated on that shot, Coach Anton.
I always talk about this, no? Whenever you're going to take a shot or go for a drive, you have to commit to that, no? You cannot second-guess yourself. Otherwise, you are going to get a turnover.
And that's a deep one from Reguera. They get the board with BUCOR, but that's stolen by Tacuban. Does he want it? No, it's back to Paul. Reguera, Euro step, rejected by Aliuso. Here they come in transition, the Safekeepers. Nice step, no good, it's short. They get it, another one. Cruz can't get it, Aliuso with the offensive board. stolen by Buenaventura, but that's going to be a foul called on the sharpshooters.
3 attempts para dito sa BUCOR. But how about that defense on the other end to trigger that fast break?
Taking a look at Paul Reguera, getting blocked with the lakas block of the quarter. Brought to you by Management Group 0107. A three-pointer from the safekeepers, that's no good. Here comes Sweet Lou, taking it down. Buenaventura running the floor. Cross court, Tacuban. The fake, the shot. It's in! Tacuban, another one.
Nice up fake by Tacuban to get his defender flying. Talagang nabura doon yung defender at libreng-libre si Tacuban for that three-pointer.
And that's Tacuban's game, shooting from the outside as the NBI sharpshooters in a 2-3 zone. They whip that leather around with Cruz from the corner. Can't get it. Justin Lopez trying to fight for that ball, but it's going to go the way of the sharpshooters.
It's a great point that you mentioned there na they are on a 2-3 zone kasi alam nila na mahina ang three-point shooting nitong safekeepers.
As we take a look at the lakas shot of the quarter, brought to you by Okada Manila. Tacuban making it rain from deep early in this first quarter. But that ball, it's going to be a turnover from the NBI sharpshooters. Balik dito sa BUCOR safekeepers.
I don't think Erwin Duran was ready for that pass. Medyo he was caught off guard kaya hindi niya nasalo yung bola.
Dacumo surveying the floor. They give it to the right wing. Inside, hounded by Duran. Kick it out, Alyuso. He thinks about it. This time he takes it. Leaves that shot short. Here comes Reguera in transition. And he's going to slow it down for the Blackshirts. But he finds Buenaventura for the tasty dish.
What a pass by Reguera, rifling that ball to his teammate underneath.
Coach
Wow.
Anton, that's one of the more underrated parts of Paul Reguera's game as a floater inside by Cruz, getting that one-hander to go.
I wouldn't say it's underrated. It's just that they're not expecting it from him kasi ang alam nila, he's gonna take the shot. It's either he's gonna take a three-pointer or he's gonna take it strong to the hole. So medyo the players or the defender gets caught off guard.
They find Duran deep inside and he gets hacked. No, but the referee calling a traveling violation has to score. 10-7. 3 points ang lamang po dito ng NBI sharpshooters with 5 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the opening period.
So you can see here, they're trying to get Erwin Duran involved in the offense. Pero so far, 0 for 2 for Erwin Duran.
And caught napping there are the NBI sharpshooters. They get it forward to Alyuso, and this time he's heading to the line for 2. Take a look at this, Coach Anton. Jeff Pulan, number 23 of the NBI sharpshooters, entering the ball game. The first substitution of this game.
So we have Jeff Pulan. Earlier we were talking about him. Bagong addition to, si Jeff Pulan in para dito sa NBI sharpshooters. Let's see what he's going to be doing or what he can contribute para sa team na to.
And the NBI sharpshooters are going to need better bench impact in this ball game. Because in their previous one, only Froilan Nunez had 4 points and the other substitutes really struggled offensively in that ball game.
Again, basketball is a 5-man sport but you also need your other teammates, especially the bench, to help out kasi napapagod din ang starters mo. So it's inevitable and it's very, very important for your other players to get involved in the offense.
And Coach Anton, speaking of 5 men, platoon substitution ang ginawa dito ng BUCOR safekeepers. As Reguera teeing it up. No good. Rebounded by De Viterbo.
Was a good challenge by the safekeepers on that top of the key three-pointer.
De Viterbo outside. A two-pointer. They can't get the friendly bounce. Another offensive rebound from the safekeepers. Still no good. Duran getting the board.
Duran says enough is enough as he hugs that ball, making sure that's not going to be stolen from him.
Outside, no good. Borile with the board. As we take a look at Sweet Lou getting the steal. Out to Tacuban, that's too strong. And let's clarify, itong si Jeff Pulan. He's actually Jeff Benito. Yun talaga yung name niya, but he's just using Pulan's jersey in this ball game.
Bakit kaya, no? That would be good to know bakit ginagamit niya yung jersey ng kanyang kakampi.
Siguro nakalimutan sa bahay, no, Coach Anton?
I don't know. Maybe we can ask Daphne if she can get a report on that.
Mamaya, we're gonna try to find out more. But right now, the score, 10-8. The NBI sharpshooters up by 2. Reguera driving baseline. Kicking it out to the corner. They give it back to the top to Pulan. Or Benito, excuse me. Out to Sweet Lou. Driving right. The push shot. It's too strong.
That's a great drive by Lou Abad, but here, a steal gets that 2 points back. Talking about Lou Abad. Quick hands, huh?
Pesky defender, and you can hear the drums in the arena, Coach Anton, from the BUCOR Safekeeper squad.
They mean business, itong BUCOR Safekeepers.
De Viterbo getting hounded by Duran. They hand it off. Carlos. Back to De Viterbo. Taking the long two. Knock it down.
Finally, a mid-range field goal para dito sa Safekeepers. De Viterbo getting that to go.
Cutting the lead down. The score is 12-11. It's a 1-point lead for the Sharpshooters with 2 minutes and 55 remaining. Duran isolated in that corner. Razon, they swing it around the perimeter. That's a three-pointer from Reguera, leaves it short. Here they come with De Viterbo, and he's gonna slow it down. No, he gives it to Carlos. Inside, maneuvering through the defense for two. And a timeout gonna be called by the NBI Sharpshooters. Coach Raymond Valenzona and his boys are gonna try to talk it over in this first period. The score, 13-12 in favor of the Safekeepers. As we take a look at the previous game of BUCOR, Coach Anton, they won over PCGG 77-41. What stands out to you the most here?
Definitely the rebound, 64-31. Next is the points in the paint, 52-14. That's a pretty huge number for you to be behind on. So, etong Bureau of Correction Safekeepers, ibang klase talaga ang pinapakita nilang opensa. No? Yung rebounds, that gives you more possessions. Yung points in the paint, talk about your might inside, no? Pinapakita nila.
And on your screens right now, it's Coach Lucio Guevara as Daphne Lozano has some insights on him. So go ahead, Daphne, take it away.
Remain the same level of intensity and energy. Ayan ang kasalukuyang hinihingi ni Head Coach Lucio Guevara sa Safekeepers ngayong gabi. Kahit na sila ang nasa taas ng standings, dapat hindi sila makampante, lalo na't mataas din ang moral ng Sharpshooters. Dinagdag pa ni Coach Lucio na medyo tense siya for this match, pero buo naman ang tiwala niya sa players niya. Magiging handa na lang sila sa kung ano pa ang ibubuga ng kalaban nila. Ayan muna sa ngayon for the BUCOR Safekeepers, Aaron and Coach Anton.
And thanks for that, Daphne. As we mentioned a while ago, this BUCOR Safekeepers squad in their 2 blowout wins to start off this tournament. They went against teams that didn't have big men like Erwin Duran, like Paul Reguera. But this time, look at this, they're going double big inside.
Exactly. So you saw there earlier, while Daphne was reporting, si Erwin Duran scored his first 2 points of the ball game. Hindi siya na-double doon.
As Duran getting a touch and getting the basket with the foul, Erwin Duran.
Now Erwin Duran, he's imposing his will inside, and rightfully so because he has that advantage.
Taking a look at this one more time, the lakas move of the quarter brought by Hotel 101 Global. Erwin Duran with the bruise and the deuce. Take a look at that finish one more time.
Now let's see if Erwin Duran can get that 3-point play the traditional way.
As Duran taking that free throw, can't get the friendly bounce. The score is 16-14. The Sharpshooters up by 2 points with less than a minute 40 seconds remaining here. Inside, rejected by the Sharpshooters. Looks like that was Reguera getting the block.
Nice drive inside by Cablao. Yun nga lang, he was met up top by Paul Reguera. Great defense going vertical on that attempt.
Outside, Cablao handed off. De Viterbo, cross court. They get it back. De Viterbo, 11 on the shot clock. Carlos with the 2-pointer from the elbow. Hits nothing there. One more time for Cablao, and he gets the putback.
The offensive rebounds nitong Safekeepers, hindi sila ganong katatangkad, pero yung liksi nila and their positioning inside.
Duran facing the bucket. That's too strong. Rebound, and here come the safekeepers pushing it with De Viterbo leading the way. They give it out. A mid-range two-pointer. No good, but once again, it's Cablao. 2 in a row plus the foul.
Again, the offensive rebounding nitong safekeepers doing damage. As if you look at it, grabe. Ilang offensive rebounds yan by my count? Probably 8.
As we take a look at that lakas grab of the quarter brought to you by Fulitech. This guy, Cablao of the safekeepers, Coach Anton, he just has a knack for being at the right place at the right time.
Minsan kasi yung mga maliliit na player na ganyan, the smaller ones, they get better position kasi nga they're more mobile, they're more agile. So the best thing talaga is you need to locate your man and box out properly. Otherwise, mapipitisan ka talaga ng offensive rebound.
As Cablao completing the three-point play, putting his team up 19-16. It's a three-point lead for the safekeepers with less than a minute remaining in the opening period. They give it down to the post. Hounded by 2 on the ground right now. And that's going to be a jump ball. Once again, BUCOR, another defensive stop.
So I was earlier thinking they were only double teaming itong si Erwin Duran, but so far the strategy that's being employed by head coach Lucio Guevara double every time you go to the post. Every time the ball is at the post, they go and double.
This time they give it Erwin Duran once again, still no good. Crisanto Borile gets the board, and here comes De Viterbo. Forward pass Carlos, he bumps. That's a corkscrew from him, he can't get that shot. Rebounded, and here come the sharpshooters. Bounce pass, cutting the needle inside. Spinning, kicking, and that's a traveling call.
Great defense by the safekeeper, stopping that transition offense ng NBI sharpshooters. 2 players were there to stop yung ganong offense. And that's what you want to see, no? No one's giving up on defense. Everyone is running back.
Last shot time for the BUCOR safekeepers. They've got 14 seconds on the game clock to end this first quarter. It's De Viterbo with that ball. Cross court. They give it to the other side. A drive by Gonzalez. Oh, a case of overpassing. Luaba, the second left. Tees it up from half court. Almost getting it to go. But that signals the end of our opening period. The score, 19-16. The BUCOR safekeepers still in control. The #1 team in our tournament with a 3-point lead. As we take a look at some of the highlights from that first half, Coach Anton, what did you like from both teams?
I like that they're both playing defense. They were running and gunning. But what I love the most is the offensive rebounding nitong safekeepers, not giving up every time their teammates would attempt a shot or attempt a basket.
As we take a look at some of the highlights here, Erwin Duran, 20 points in their previous game. What a good start in this opening period, leading the way for his team. 19-16 is the score. The Bureau of Corrections up by 3 points.
Build our winning momentum. Ayan ang battle cry ng NBI sharpshooters as they approach tonight's match. Sinabi sa akin ni head coach Raymond Valenzuela na nakukuha na ng sharpshooters ang rhythm nila. Dinagdag din niya na i-maximize nila ang pag-control sa boards, lalo na't nasa kanila ang height and experience advantage. That's all for now. Back to you, Aaron and Coach Anton.
And thanks for that, Daphne. Definitely, this NBI sharpshooter squad, they're slowly getting their momentum, especially with that win in their previous one against the DOJ Saviors, and that wasn't an easy task for them, Coach Anton.
Well, we did talk about it during the top of our broadcast that it took the 4th quarter for them to be able to pull away in that game. So, eto, sana yung momentum nga ma-carry in, madala nila.
As we take a look at the first quarter field goals, the safekeepers 8 of 23. Meanwhile, it's the sharpshooters 7 of 16.
Medyo mababa ang field goal percentage ng both squads. No doubt this is going to pick up later on.
21-16 is the score. The safekeepers up by 5 points with 9 minutes and 34 seconds remaining. Once again, this is our opening game of this Thursday doubleheader. It's the NBI sharpshooters against the safekeepers of BUCOR. As Duran once again imposing his might inside, Coach Anton.
That's what I like to see. I don't want to see Erwin Duran shooting those long two-pointers. He's more effective inside because if he doesn't get a foul, he's going to get that bucket. So I'd rather he take those attempts inside rather than outside.
The floater, it's no good. Rebounded by the BUCOR safekeepers, but that's a steal. Pulan in and out, driving inside, and that ball is tapped. It's going to stay with the sharpshooters.
Nice anticipation by Benito, just using Pulan's jersey.
Excuse me, no? Nakakalito din, Coach Anton. No?
Nakakalito talaga.
As we take a look at the rebounds in this ball game, the safekeepers with 17 already. Meanwhile, yung sharpshooters 7 pa lang, Coach Anton.
Well, that's again because of the offensive rebounds na pinapakita nitong safekeepers.
And this time, Sweet Lou hitting that three-pointer, cutting the lead down to 2 points. They give it inside. Justin Lopez, he spins. That's a tough one. And it's gonna go the other way. That's a turnover on Lopez.
Medyo pinilit dun ni Lopez to get some points inside. They gotta be more strategic and methodical with their offense. Talking about the safekeepers.
A three-pointer from the left wing. Too strong. It's gonna go back dito sa BUCOR safekeepers.
Not a bad shot. He was wide open, so I wouldn't be, if I were the coach, if I were Coach Raymond Valenzuela, okay lang yun. Libre naman.
As Buenaventura entering the game for the sharpshooters. Razon exiting. Give it out, Alyuso. Inside De Guzman with the spin and the bump. It's going back to the sharpshooters.
Nice help defense by Erwin Duran. Na-beat nga ni De Guzman yung unang defender. Pero pag spin niya, the door was slammed shut by Erwin Duran, and that's what you want to see from your big.
Coach Anton, I can't keep stressing in that game against PCGG with the safekeepers. They got all of those shots. Right now, they're struggling inside against this NBI squad.
You mentioned at the top of our broadcast, yun nga, iba ang team na to, no? Kasi merong legitimate big man etong NBI sharpshooters.
In transition, Benito with the left hand finishes.
I thought that was going to trickle out. Buti na lang at medyo may awa yung ring.
As the score, 21-all. It's now a tied ball game. 7 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in the second period. De Guzman gets it on the post. He bumps. Almost stolen by Duran. Look at that defense from Erwin.
I like this matchup, De Guzman versus Duran. But with the 2-3 offense, I don't think it's that wise to go down the post. Kasi nga may help defense yan eh.
As they get that ball. Almost stolen. Carlos going down the lane. And the referee gonna call a foul on that drive attempt from Carlos.
I always stress and I always say this, do not give the referees a chance to blow their whistle by reaching in. Also on defense, coaches never teach yung reach in eh. It's always play with your feet, stay in front of your man, don't get beat.
As this time they get it outside. Back to Alyuso with the left hand. The body's on the floor right now.
Great drive by Alyuso using the left. Or he could be left-handed. I'm not sure. I'm going to check on that later on. Pero nice-looking drive.
I believe he is, and finish
Lefty.
with that jelly, Coach Anton.
Oy, ganda nung pagkatira niya ng kaliwa eh.
Score natin 23-21, 2-point lead for the safekeepers. Benito picks up the dribble, gives it out. Buenaventura, they've got 14 on the shot clock. Give it back, Benito, pocket pass. Duran with the fishing expedition against Lopez. A smart move from Erwin.
But again, do not give the referees a chance to blow their whistle by reaching in.
Take a look at this lakas drive of the quarter. Brought to you by Hotel 101 Global. Alyuso finishing with the fillet. Coach Anton, as a former coach of the Papua Cardinals, why is it not a good idea to reach in?
Because when you reach in, it's a game of angles. No? Sometimes the referee is going to have a different view, different vantage point. So whether or not natapik mo talaga yung bola o yung kamay, it's up to the referee's angle. That's why we never say, we always say do not reach in.
And You heard it right there from our expert. That's Coach Antonio de los Reyes. Once again, just for the fans that don't know, this guy also played for the UP men's basketball team. So a lot of history on this guy beside me, as well as the coaching staff of the BUCOR Safekeepers. That's Coach Lucio Guevara. Balik dito, it's Benito taking it down for them. The Safekeepers leading by 1 point. Luabad, he's against de Guzman. That's a mismatch. Gets double team, kick it out. Benito, Reguera, target shooting. That's too strong. Benito with the offensive board, but it's gonna go back to the Safekeepers.
Nice swing, nice pass by Luabad to get Paul Reguera that wide open look. Just could not knock it down. Minsan when you're too wide open, talagang may hirapan ka makashoot. I'm talking to my partner here. Na shooter ka rin Aaron.
Wala na yun, Coach. Dati pa yun ngayon. Let's focus on the broadcasting na, no? Hindi na tayo nakaka-basketball masyado. Meanwhile, ito si Justin Lopez going hard to the cup with the lakas moment of the quarter, brought to you by Okada Manila. Justin Lopez in their previous matchup got 7 points, including 10 boards. Really showed the hustle in that previous matchup.
That only goes to show, you can help your team not only by scoring points, but also by getting those offensive or defensive rebounds.
And Lopez trying for the cross, but Buenaventura with the active hands. Watching that play, the score is 25-22. It's a 3-point lead for BUCOR. 5 minutes and 30 remaining as Aluso, 4-3. Can't get it. Here comes Benito and the sharpshooters. Between the legs, going down the lane, hands it off to Erwin Duran. And another one for Erwin Duran, heading to the free throw line once again. He just knows when to go up to the cup.
And what kind of foul was it? Did you see?
Looks like it was a shooting foul, reach-in foul.
Reach-in foul, there you go. That's why we always say, do not give the referees a chance to blow their whistle by reaching in. You're better off just putting your hands up, hoping that the player is going to miss yung kanyang attempt. You just need to bother that offensive player for them to have a difficult time getting that basket as Erwin Duran goes 1 for 1.
And in the previous matchup that I covered with Coach Paul Hoven, we kept stressing the discipline that this BUCOR squad was showing on defense, most especially. But right now, looks like they're struggling with that, with the reach-in fouls, as we kept saying, Coach Anton.
Parang the way I see it is the safekeepers, they're gambling too early. They're trying to get those steals too early in the ball game. Again, it's okay to reach in. It's not that bad of a thing. But you have to time it when you're going to do that, when it's crucial, when it's necessary.
As a two-pointer from De Viterbo, can't get it. Reguera snatches that ball. Here he comes. Slowing it down, this time accelerating and going all the way. Stolen by De Viterbo. Here come the Safekeepers. But Abad with the counter steal and another one. Things getting messy, but it's Lopez in transition to Cablao. Back to Lopez. And this time he gets the foul drawn for himself.
I like what the safekeepers are doing whenever they have a chance to run, whenever nasa baba yung bigs nitong NBI sharpshooters, talagang they're gonna push the pace, they're gonna push the tempo. That's what you want to see from a team such as the Safekeepers. We were talking about it, yung height nila almost identical, nagkakaiba lang dun sa kapal ng players.
Parang pwede mo sabihin switch all itong lineup nitong
switch
Safekeepers.
all, tama.
But one thing we're not seeing a lot of, Coach Anton, it's that full court press, full court pressure of the BUCOR Safekeepers, which was very effective in their first 2 ball games.
It could be a strategy that head coach Lucio Guevara is saving for later on. If that was effective, I'm not going to doubt that he's gonna pull it out of his pocket later in this ball game.
Looks like they're in a zone defense right now, the BUCOR Safekeepers. Reguera, that's a deep one, and it's down for Paul.
And you mentioned they are playing zone defense, and that's one way to beat that zone defense, hitting your outside shots.
Paul Reguera tying the ball game up. 27-all is the score. 4 minutes remaining in the second period. Lopez wants to pick from Cablao. He uses it, tries to dump it down. Somehow Cablao gets it. No call. Sweet Lou pushing it in transition. Abad pulling it out, lobbing it up. Duran, dangerous pass. And once again, Coach Anton.
I'm not gonna say it anymore. I think the viewers have heard enough of what I say about reach and fouls.
That's just an easy foul to call, Coach. Even from our angle, kitang-kita yung hand ni Cablao reaching into the cookie jar.
Getting his hand caught in the cookie jar was Cablao.
As Erwin Duran on the line was the best player in their previous matchup. Oh, excuse me, he was the best player in that loss to the Sentinels in their opening ball game. Had a good one last time with 20 points as well. As De Guzman entering the game for the Safekeepers. Carlos exiting. Coach Lucio de Guevara trying to mix up his rotations in this second period.
Trying to have fresh legs inside para hindi nga naman maiwanan itong Safekeepers.
Outside Lopez, they move it around and he gets the mid-range jumper.
Nice baseline jumper by Lopez. Nice ball movement being shown by the Safekeepers.
Score is 29-all. Benito gets it. A bad cutting to the corner, but Benito skying high with the right hand.
Strong drive to the basket by Benito.
2-point lead for the Sharpshooters. De Viterbo has it. Give it out. De Guzman thinks about the three. The big man taking it. But once again, Cablao offensive board for the putback.
Nothing Benito could do there as Cablao powering that 2-point putback.
Coach Anton, immediately what came to my mind after that Cablao offensive board was once again after that reach and call was the strategy of the Lakers right now, yung offensive crashing nila, offensive boards.
Crash boards. That's something that definitely, you know, we're going to see a lot of in this ball game in the coming games we're gonna have here.
As a timeout gonna be called by Coach Lucio Guevara and his squad. The ball game is tied 31-all in this second period.
J Project Clothing Shop, premium fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform. J Project Clothing Shop, premium fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform.
As we take a look at that previous matchup of NBI winning over the DOJ, that was a tough one, winning by 11, Coach Anton.
So this is what we were talking about. Fourth quarter attack gets it done. 91-80, the Sharpshooters. 19 assists, 15 steals, only 7 turnovers, scoring 22 points off those turnovers ng kanilang nakalaban.
4 of those 15 steals, Coach Anton, coming from the guy on the free throw line, Erwin Duran.
Wow, he was patrolling that lane really well during that game. 4 steals from your big, bonus na yan eh. Usually ang bigs, maasahan mo yan sa blocks, sa rebounds. Pero yung steals, wow. Tremendous, splendid job by Erwin Duran in that game.
Give it down to Lopez. That's a tough one. They fight for it. De Viterbo gets it inside. Kicking it out. Another drive. Rejected by Erwin Duran. Lopez this time. He gets it back. 6 seconds on the shot clock. They've got to go quickly. De Guzman kicks it. De Viterbo, top of the key. Hits right iron. And here they come with Benito. A full head of steam down the lane for the 2 points.
Nice drop pass to his teammate. That's number 8. Froilan Nunez.
De Viterbo's got it, hounded by the Sharpshooters. Cablao gets it. 13 on the shot clock. Outside, the drive. Looks like that's number 16, Jason Bingkang, if I'm not mistaken, who was the player of the game in their previous one, Coach Anton.
I was going to say he's pretty silent in today's ball game. We're talking about Bingkang, as you see him there on your screen.
And a perfect 7 out of 7 from the field in just 11 minutes as Lopez pulling up with the free throw line jumper.
That's a reliable shot para dito kay Lopez, yung mid-range jumper. Lost art is what they call it.
Duran. Oh, and that's going to be a backcourt violation. Good pressure by the BUCOR Safekeepers.
I think we're starting to see yung pressure na pinakita ng safekeepers during their game against PCGG na we talked about it, no? Buong game. Full court press. Kakaiba yun, ha?
Grabe yun, coach, no? The whole game.
Kondisyon ng mga player ng safekeepers.
As Justin Lopez gets the offensive board off that Jason Bingkang miss. 10 on the shot clock. He crosses to the left. Going down the lane. Cablao. That's another block by Erwin Duran. But Justin Lopez is there to save the day. But Paul Reguera is on the ground. Clutching onto his knee, Paul Reguera. His ankle area as well, Coach Anton.
Is it his knee or did he sprain his ankle? We never want to see this from our players. Injuries.
Take a look at it one more time. Duran trying for the block and oh, Reguera, that's a tough one. Stepping on the foot of Erwin Duran.
It's a sprained ankle para dito kay Paul Reguera. Their main gunner, itong NBI sharpshooters along with Lou Abad.
As Abad gets a turnover, De Viterbo finishing in transition. And here they come, the BUCOR safekeepers, Coach Anton. Another steal. Here comes Jason Bingkang. Basket and one.
Right on cue, that full court press. We were just talking about it, that it could be starting that strategy by head coach Lucio Guevara, paying dividends.
As we take a look at that lakas move of the quarter, brought to you by Hotel 101 Global. Jason Bingkang scoring 14 points on 100% efficiency in their previous game, finally coming to life in this ball game.
And if you look at that, that was a big fish that he got that foul from Erwin Duran.
Here come the sharpshooters. Benito crossing between the legs. Almost a steal for the safekeepers. Duran double teamed. Bingkang gets the steal, and here they come once again. The safekeepers in transition. De Guzman, the big boy. Back to Lopez. Oh, we can't get the shot, but Cablao is there. They fight for it inside, and that's a foul.
Sorry, miss by Lopez. Nice defense on the other end, getting that steal on Erwin Duran, running the break. Lopez just back irons it, but the offensive rebound nitong safekeepers, man, can't say enough about how this team is doing their job on the offensive glass.
And if it ain't broke, Coach Anton, don't, fix it. Just like in their previous matchup, that full court press, it's working once again.
I'm excited to see kung ilang offensive rebounds ang meron itong BUCOR safekeepers. Because unofficially for me, they're at double digits, probably at the mid-teens to the high teens, close to 20 already.
As Coach Raymond Valenzuela and the NBI sharpshooters want to talk it over for this last shot. They've got 21 seconds remaining and their team is down by 5 points. We'd like to thank Okada Manila. Maraming salamat po sa Okada Manila, one of our main sponsors here at Sinag Liga Asya in the DOJ Interagency Cup. As we take a look at some of the fans in attendance dito sa PACO Arena. Libreng attendance, libreng admission po kami dito as the BUCOR fans in full force.
You know, not only the BUCOR fans, not only the NBI sharpshooters fans, but if you're a basketball fan, come on over here sa PACO Arena. Malamig ang venue, napakaganda at napakasaya ng action. So we're inviting everyone, no? Kung kayo walang ginagawa at malapit lang, head on over, catch the games live.
Benito going hard to the cup, can't get it. Erwin Duran sticks it back for two.
Nice cleanup job by Erwin Duran, getting that offensive rebound.
They've got 6 seconds to work with. The safekeepers outside Cablao. Looking for a friend out to De Viterbo. Can he beat the buzzer? No, he can't. And that signals the end of our opening period. The score, 40-37. The BUCOR Safekeepers up by 3 points. As it looks like there's a slight malfunction with our arena buzzer. Not stopping right now, and there you go, it does. Once again, as we'd like to say, the score is 40-37. Lamang po dito ng tatlo ang BUCOR. As we give it over to Daphne Lozano for a short halftime interview with Justin Lopez.
Magandang gabi mga kasinag. I am beside Justin Lopez. He now currently has 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. Grabe, performance ang pinakita niya during the first half pa lamang. So ayun, Justin, alam natin na dikit ang laban. And nakaluwag naman pagdating sa last minute of the quarter. So you also mentioned to me na you are one of the big men of your team. So sino ang masasabi mong malaking tinik para sa'yo in this match?
Yung Duran. Kasi pag hawak niya yung bola, talagang nangangatawan siya eh. Medyo mabigat siya sa ilalim. Yung dalawang fouls ko, siya yung nakabingwit nun eh. Kaya medyo focus. Kaya pag nandun sa kanya yung bola, nagtatawag ako ng help lagi sa teammate ko. Kasi hindi ko siya kaya ng one-on-one eh. Yun po.
Thank you so much, Justin. And now I'm turning it over once again to Aaron and Anton to wrap up the first half.
Thanks for that, Daphne, as we just heard right there from Justin Lopez with 12 points and 5 rebounds in that first half. Really struggling against Erwin Duran, Coach Anton, but slowly finding his groove in this game. We take a look at some of the halftime highlights at the end of our first half. The score is 40-37. The Bureau of Correction Safekeepers, they're up by 3 points. We'll be back shortly for more second half action here at the DO Interagency Cup 2025.
Finally, nandito na yung araw ng opening. And matagal ho namin to pinaplano, kasama po ang SLA. And we really hope na makapagbigay ito ng saya sa ating mga empleyado ng bawat ahensya ng DOJ.
Welcome to the Sinag Liga Asya Interagency Secretaries Cup 2025.
Kasama natin from all the agencies. Very excited to play their first game.
Very much excited ang Pangilatory's Office to be part of the DOJ tournament. Napapanood namin ang Sinag 40. Kaya nakikita namin na napakaganda ng paligan na to. First Secretary Cup to, kaya talagang palabag kami.
The PCGC is very excited in forming the team. Of course, the team is already complete and very competitive ang team natin.
Bilang isang department, kailangan po talaga na yung camaraderie between the agencies is very strong.
Gagawin namin lahat ng makakaya namin para sa kaganda ng ligang to.
This is just the start of something that we will consider a legacy. That the Secretary of Justice, Jesus Crispin Boy-Rebuya, will lead to the DOJ.
Maganda po itong activity na to kasi definitely kailangan po natin yung work and life balance, no?
Ang team po namin, team roster namin ay binubuo ng former PBA player, former NCAA, former UAAP,
Unfinished business pa kami. Dahil noong 2016, natalo kami ng NBI na championship. So this year, sisiguraduhin namin na kami ang magka-champion.
We'd also like to thank the Secretary for making this all happen. Binigay niya po yung blessing niya dahil po alam niya po kung gaano ka-importante yung sports, at fitness at wellness. And of course, I hope that it will inspire a lot of collaboration, camaraderie, and teamwork sa ating mga ahensya ng DOJ.
J Project Clothing Shop, Premium Fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform. J Project Clothing Shop, Premium Fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform.
Para makinig anong gagawin, di ba? Sabi nga ni... Back-to-back hits now for him. Kailangan niya ng marami pang ganyan. Hindi ko may kita dahil sa ingay dito. Hindi lang siya na maglaring dito. One more or no more. Kapit na mga Sinag.
Sobrang bilis ba? Yan ang bilis ng FiberX. Yan ang internet.
Pampanga Intermunicipalities Series Basketball Tournament Delta Cup.
Kakapiling kong masalesike kayo na i-promote tayo ng sportsmanship na. Okay? Ita mo nga, tandanan nyo, kapampangan tangan.
This is your 2024 Junior World Showcase Delta Cup.
Wala magpapasira ng laro. Tayo magpapasira ng laro niya.
Maraming salamat for taking time out to be part of the first ever SLA Junior World Showcase Delta Cup.
Siomai against Coach Pancho has only 14.5 seconds before they can claim the throne and literally call themselves kings of the D2 tournament.
What a ball game. What a series of events that we saw here, that we witnessed in this historical D2 Super Cup Invitational Tournament.
So depensa ang naging susi dito para makuha nitong lupaw. Ang panalo na to is ang championship.
Seconds away for Pampanga Delta to seal the deal and once again deliver another championship.
The Sinag Liga Asya Junior World Showcase Ball of Reigns champion, your Pampanga Delta.
Kamusta mga dudes? Ako to si Kritiko at abangan po natin ang opening ng first SLA DOJ Interagency Secretaries Cup Basketball Tournament. Gaganapin po ito sa January 11, Saturday, 4 p.m. sa Philoil Eco Oil Arena in San Juan City. Abangan niyo po ang aking live performance dito po sa mismong event. At magkita-kita po tayo dahil libre lang po ang admission nito. See you mga kasinag! Let's go!
Magandang gabi mga kasinag! You're still tuned in to SLA DOJ Interagency Basketball Tournament Secretaries Cup match between the NBI Sharpshooters versus the BUCOR Safekeepers with the score 40-37. And before we proceed to the second half, I'm actually beside two beautiful faces from our crowd tonight, which are Ma'am Ella Maharas and Miss Ann. But first, on my right side, representing the BUCOR is Miss Ella Maharas. So Miss Ella, thank you so much po for joining me here in the half. So ayun po, nasa Kalamangan na side po ang inyong team. So ano po ang masasabi nyo so far sa nilalaro ng Safekeepers?
Masasabi ko lang po is andun po yung focus po sila sa nilalaro nila. Nakikita po namin na talaga pinaghahandaan po talaga yung laro nila simula po nung practice up to now. Kaya yan po kaya lamang po ngayon ang BUCOR.
At kitang-kita rin naman talaga yung support nyo sa kanila. Kaya for sure ay nafu-fuel ang kanilang performance because of that. Pero yun ma'am, meron po ba kayong gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Unang-una po sa lahat, binabati ko po yung agency po namin, which is the Bureau of Correction, our Director General, Gregorio Katapang, sir, and to our office po, the CNTI family and the BUCOR CNTI band, and to my family from Leyte, which is nanonood po sila ngayon live. Hi mama, hi papa, sa mga kapatid ko pa, hello, hello.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Akalain mo yun, umaabot din pala tayo sa Leyte. Pero on my left side naman is Miss Ann from the Sharpshooters. Ma'am, thank you so much also po for joining me here in the half. So ayun, matanong ko lang po, is there any specific player that you're supporting right now sa team? At meron po ba kayong words of encouragement para sa kanila?
Binabati ko yung asawa ko, Takuban, number 25.
Galingan mo, mahal na mahal ka namin ng anak mo. And sa Team NBI, kayang-kaya nyo yan, fight lang. Di pa tapos, oh.
Cute-cute ni ma'am. And sana all, di ba, all out ang support. Pero yun ma'am, meron din po ba kayong gustong batiin at pasalamatan sa mga nanonood ngayon?
Sina-shoutout ko nga pala yung NBI Director Judge Jaime Santiago at Deputy Director Antonio Pagatpat. Maraming salamat po sa pagsuporta sa Team NBI. Sa family ko po, mama ko, Mary Luca Merino. Sa biyenan ko, Nanay Josie. Sa mga anak ko, Master and King. Sa pamangkin ko, Eunice, Ian. At sa mga kasama ko sa bahay, Menang Melba. At eto pala, shout out Lester, yung chicharon ko, nasan na?
Sir Lester, yung chicharon po daw ni ma'am. Kaya ayan mga kasinag, itutuloy na natin ang second half. Back to you, Aaron and Coach Anton.
And thanks for that, Daphne. Parang nagutom ako dun, Coach Anton, sa chicharon. But once again, the score is 40-37. The Bureau of Corrections, the #1 team in our tournament, still up by 3 points as we take a look at the Hotel 101 Global halftime highlights. Taking a look at some of the top plays from that first half. And Erwin Duran, Coach Anton, was very effective. And of course, Sweet Luabad, you know what to expect from him.
That's something that we're going to expect more of, yung sweet shooting ni Luabad and the inside incursions ni Erwin Duran to get back into this ball game.
But that full court pressure of this BUCOR Safekeeper squad, slowly getting them the lead in this first half. Titignan natin, Coach Anton, if they're gonna be doing it in this second half as we take a look at the halftime stats from the first half, Coach Anton.
So Bureau of Correction, their field goal percentage, 37%, habang ang NBI naman ay 46%. Ito sa rebounds, ang laki ng lamang, 29 rebounds para sa BUCOR, 15 para sa NBI, 26 points in the paint for the Bureau of Corrections, 18 for NBI, 18 bench points, at ito, 6 lang para sa NBI.
That big disparity from the bench points immediately catching my eye as we take a look at the leading scorers from the points department in that first half natin, Coach Anton.
Bureau of Corrections, Justin Lopez with 12 points, Christopher Cablau with 8, Anthony Aluso with 5, Christian Cruz with 5 para sa BUCOR. Para sa NBI naman, Erwin Duran, no surprise there, 13 points. Luabad, again, no surprise with 8. Joel Tacuban with 5, and Jeff Benito rounding it out with 4 points in the first half.
And the players coming out to play today, taking a look at Justin Lopez. Had a hard time adjusting to Erwin Duran, as he did admit in that interview during that halftime break natin. But slowly but surely, he's getting his groove in this ball game. And this NBI sharpshooter squad, they're gonna try to answer back against that full court press of the Safekeepers. As we start the second half once again, the name is Aaron D, joined by Coach Anton de los Reyes and Daphne Lozano as our courtside reporter, with Sweet Lou opening it up with a 3-point miss from the corner.
Wide open three-pointer for Luabad. Quick trigger, just could not get that to fall.
The Safekeepers have possession. Move it around, De Guzman down the lane, no good. Battle for that ball, he gets it back, hits the bottom of the ring. Lopez, 12 to work with on the shot clock. He gets hounded by 2 and is fouled.
Razon getting called for that hacking foul on Justin Lopez. Pero you see the offensive rebounds, no? Talagang nandyan para dito sa BUCOR. Napakaliksi nila.
And Coach Anton, how do you stop that? Kulang ba sila sa box out? Kulang ba sila sa hustle?
Yes, boxing out, positioning. You gotta locate your man whenever that shot goes up.
That's the mid-range jumper. It's no good. Here they come. Benito in transition. No numbers in his favor. Still forces it. And they get the board with BUCOR.
If you see there, during that sequence, 3 players from BUCOR were quick to go down. Kumbaga tinalo pa nila sa transition ang NBI sharpshooters.
Lopez hesitates. This time he takes it and he makes it.
Nice mid-range jumper. That's the second one of its kind in this ballgame para kay Justin Lopez. 14 points already para sa kanilang leading scorer.
Extending the lead to 5 points are the Safekeepers. Duran once again. Getting hacked is Erwin Duran, and I can't even count anymore, Coach Anton. How many times this guy has been tapped on the arm?
Probably a lot. If he were to show battle scars, madami yan sa forearm, I'm pretty sure.
Razon blowing past the defense and scoring with the left.
So Razon making up for that foul earlier by getting that lane incursion, getting that layup to go.
Cutting the lead down to 3. The sharpshooters as Obanyana. No good. De Guzman once again. That Achilles heel of the NBI sharpshooters. The offensive boards.
Out there, the services of Paul Reguera now sorely missed dahil wala silang extra big. Talking about the NBI sharpshooters.
Obanyana taking it, but Benito with a take foul.
Had to give up that foul. Otherwise, that was a transition offense para dito na naman para sa BUCOR safekeepers.
Taking a look at this once again, Obanyana with the miss, but the lakas grab of the quarter brought to you by Politec. That's De Guzman flying high inside for the putback. Carlos this time on the free throw line. Outside, De Guzman using the pick. No good, but Carlos is there once again, and I'm sure Coach Raymond Valenzuela and the NBI sharpshooters are just disappointed with this effort on the boards, Coach Anton.
If it's not Carlos, it's De Guzman crashing the boards. They gotta locate these players. They gotta put a body on them.
46-39 is the score. Safekeepers still up in this third period. Duran looks for the back door. This time he just throws it up. No good. Gotizan with the board. Benito, they've got 11 to work with. A bad fake. The drive. And that's a traveling call on Sweet Lou. The pressure defense of BUCOR paying dividends once again.
Lou Abad trying to do a little bit too much on that possession. I think he's feeling the pressure because Paul Reguera is not on the floor. So it's up to him to carry the load para dito sa sharpshooters.
Cruz tries for the bank shot. Can't get it. Here comes Benito. Takes it down for the sharpshooters. Sweet Lou pulling up in transition. No good. That's a board from Carlos. Here they come. Oh, that's a steal from Razon. He takes it all the way. A tough shot high off the glass for Razon.
Nice lefty layup para dito kay Razon. I was about to say nice boxing out para dito sa BUCOR, but bad turnover, not taking care of that ball during that pass.
5-point lead for the safekeeper. 6 minutes remaining here as the inside attack by Carlos. It's just too easy right now.
What a drive by Carlos, blowing by Erwin Duran. Duran did not want to give up his third personal foul.
Erwin on the post. The double team comes. Nowhere to go. But a jump ball is called. Nonetheless, that's a good stop from the safekeepers.
That's a great
Coach
stop.
Anton.
That double team working wonders. Ball is going to go to the other side. Possession arrow pointing to the safekeepers.
Just like you mentioned a while ago, Coach Anton, as we take a look at this lakas steal of the quarter brought to you by Cable Link. Cable Link and Holdings Group. That's Razon finishing high off the glass for 2. Carlos, the up, the fake, it's in.
Carlos just having his way against Erwin Duran. Nothing Erwin Duran can do in that particular low post possession.
Now a 9-point lead as Abad knocks it down from the corner.
Finally, a three-pointer by Sweet Lou Abad.
Stopping the bleeding from the sharpshooters as Obanyana can't get it. Another offensive board. The smallest guy getting that for the safekeepers.
You see here, if they cannot grab the ball, and I like what I'm seeing with the safekeeper squad, if they can't grab the ball, yung tapik, they do that control tap.
We take a look at that lakas shot of the quarter. Brought to you by Okada Manila. Lou Abad locked and loaded from the corner. Cruz going down the right wing, tries the pocket pass. Carlos gets it back. They've got 7 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Lopez, the corkscrew inside. He finishes.
Balanced scoring we're seeing para dito sa Bureau of Correction safekeepers. If it's not Carlos, if it's not De Guzman, you have Justin Lopez doing damage inside.
Sweet Lou, another one. Hits it. Sweet Lou, 2 in a row.
That's like DJ Khaled getting another one Sweet Lou Abad refusing to give up para dito sa Bureau of Correction, carrying the fight like what I mentioned dito sa NBI Sharpshooters.
Cruz babawi naman sa 3. No good, but De Guzman pushing off on Sweet Lou. It's gonna go back to the NBI Sharpshooters.
Nahuli si De Guzman doon. Really did not need to push off on Lou Abad. Pero naposisyonan siya doon eh. So wala nang choice, kumbaga.
Giverak, target shooting, Sweet Lou, 3 in a row, no good. But Gotizan tries for one more. Lopez gets it, and they're pushing it in transition, the safekeepers. Lopez against 2. That ball is stripped. Obanyana, back to De Guzman. Behind the back pass. Lopez once again, still no good. Another chance for the safekeepers, and this time Lopez heading to the line for 2.
Look at that effort, the way they're crashing the offensive glass, the way they want that ball so hard. You gotta admire this safekeeper squad.
Take a look at that Lopez. Definitely a foul right in front of the referee on Gotizan. And at that point in time, you can't do anything when he's that deep. You just gotta foul him.
Or let it go, just put your hands up. You know, just put your hands up and hopefully that player, the offensive player, is going to miss that point-blank attempt.
Lopez, he was the heart and soul of this safekeeper squad in their previous matchup. Did a little bit of everything with 7 points and 10 rebounds in that ball game. Also got 4 steals, so good, efficient game from Justin Lopez.
I think all in all, that game against PCGG was a very efficient one para dito sa safekeepers.
Benito. This time he gets fouled. 53-47 is the score. BUCOR safekeeper still up with 3 minutes and 37 remaining in this third period. Benito dumps it down. Duran finishing, no good.
Sorry, missed by Erwin Duran on that attempt. He was wide open initially.
Dacumos gives it down. Carlos attacking Sweet Lou. That's a tough one, and it's in.
A nice cut by Carlos inside. Nothing Sweet Lou could do there. Obvious mismatch down low para dito sa NBI Sharpshooters against the safekeepers.
Benito this time. Buenaventura's open on the right wing. Can they find him? No, but Benito tries to finish. They're gonna slow it down. The BUCOR safekeepers, they've got 2 minutes and 50 remaining here in our third period of this first game of our doubleheader Thursday. Dacumos down the lane, pocket pass. Carlos finishing with the easy lay.
Nice cut, nice dive inside by Carlos. That was a nice pocket pass from his teammate for the deuce.
And the NBI Sharpshooters calling a timeout as we take a look at the fans of BUCOR. Dancing around and having fun just like their players. Take a look at that 2-man game. That's Dacumos to Carlos. Easy finish for those two. The drums coming out to play as it's a 10-point lead for the BUCOR safekeepers.
J Project Clothing Shop, Premium Fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform. J Project Clothing Shop, Premium Fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform.
And let's check out Sweet Lou Abad in their previous game versus the DOJ Saviors, Coach Anton. A really efficient one in that ball game. 12 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, and 5 steals as Daphne Lozano has got some information on Sweet Lou Abad. So go ahead, Daphne, take it away.
Lou Abad of the NBI Sharpshooters is also known as Sweet Lou because his shots are a sweet treat for his team. I actually had the chance to talk to him earlier at kinamusta ko siya since they're going up against an undefeated and running team. And he said, and I quote, "Pressured ako not because of our opponents pero sa fact na sana magtuloy-tuloy na panalo namin." Dinagdag pa niya na kahit marami siyang nilalaruan ngayon at pinagkakaabalahan outside the basketball court, he believes that he owes NBI his time. Kaya naman we can expect him giving his 101% in every minute he plays. Hindi daw excuse ang kabisihan para mag-simmer down ang performance niya. Aaron and Coach Anton.
And Daphne was just about to say Sweet Lou really needs to give his all in this ball game. Because, oh, Paul Reguera though. And right on cue, Paul Reguera exiting that game in the first half. He's back in the ballgame, Coach Anton.
It's nice to see that Paul Reguera is back in the ballgame. He sprained his right ankle. So napakaganda makita na ang player na si Paul Reguera nakabalik. But you were talking about Sweet Lou Abad during that report by Daphne. Marami talagang ang ligang pinaglalaroan itong si Lou Abad. Kaya batak na batak sa laro itong player na to.
And Sweet Lou Abad, one of the MVP candidates in that Lakas 40 division as he fights for that board against Carlos. Look at him just snatching that ball. Reguera this time. Another one taking it away. Full court pass. Buenaventura in transition. Can't get it. And the safekeeper's gonna slow it down.
And that's what I mean, or that's what I meant when you need Paul Reguera inside. He was able to get that defensive rebound. Kailangan nila ang tulong ni Paul Reguera. Sorry, miss on that transition offense
Lopez
earlier.
On his spot. Carlos this time. They find Jason Bincang underneath. Cruz naman. One dribble in for the two-pointer.
Basketball looks so easy when you have players that can execute those types of shots, yung mga one dribble pull-up. And that's a thing of beauty for me. I love seeing that kind of game.
Backdoor, Sweet Lou. He gets fouled heading up, and he's going to the line for 2 free throws. And Coach Anton, one thing I want to talk about. I've been looking at Paul Reguera's face. It looks like he's been struggling to start off this third quarter. I mean, to start off this last minute of the third quarter.
Well, that right ankle sprain definitely is no joke. Napakasakit niyan. So, para ibalik at para sumubok itong si Paul Reguera to get back in this ballgame and help his NBA sharpshooters teammates, that's a sign of a fighter. And that's what you want to see, tough players like that.
And definitely a foul called on that backdoor attempt by Sweet Lou. As Gotisan enters the game for the NBI sharpshooters. They're down by 11 points with less than a minute remaining here in our third period of our opening game of this Thursday doubleheader.
Talking about Sweet Lou Abad, does he remind you of anyone like a lookalike?
Not entirely sure. Who are you thinking of, Coach Anton?
I'm thinking of the Jet himself, Jeffrey Carriazo.
Actually, starting to see the resemblance.
Let's just try to see. Our viewers, comment down below if you can see if he looks like Jeffrey the Jet Carriazo, one of our PBA legends.
And last shot time for NBI. It's Sweet Lou with the basketball. Going to his strong hand. Getting it stripped. Razon. Can he get it? No. One more chance, Gotisan. And a successful stop from the BUCOR safekeepers. They prevent the bucket and they come out with the lead in this third quarter. The score, 64-51 as we take a look at some of the third quarter highlights. And Coach Anton, this BUCOR safekeeper squad looks like they're trying to run away with the ball game.
They are blowing this game wide open with their offensive rebounds, with their transition baskets, also taking advantage of the fact that Paul Reguera was sitting on the bench for 9 minutes.
Yeah, that's a tough blow for this NBI sharpshooter squad. Let's take a look at the score. It's 64-51. The Bureau of Correction safekeepers still in full control of this ball game at the end of our third quarter. Let's check out Justin Lopez in this ball game. As we mentioned in that first half, he had 12 points and 5 rebounds, really doing the damage on the defensive end and on the offensive end for this BUCOR squad, Coach Anton.
He is a reliable force, reliable player para dito sa safekeepers of head coach Lucio Guevara.
It's almost a steal. Alyuso on that right wing. Driving down is Dakumo's two-pointer. No good. Duran with the board, and they give it to Reguera to take it down. Paul surveying the floor. They give it out to Razon. 13 on the shot clock. As we take a look at the quarter scoring for the first 3 quarters, Coach Anton, 19, 21, and 24 for the Safekeepers. Meanwhile, the Sharpshooters have 16, 21, and 14.
You can see there in the third quarter, that's when the Safekeepers pulled away, trying to blow this game wide open.
But Paul Reguera having to say otherwise with that 3-pointer, cutting it down to 10 points. De Guzman inside, trying for another one, but that's going to be a 3-second violation called on De Guzman.
Nice interior defense being shown para dito sa Sharpshooters. This could be the start of their run. They need to move. They need to start their run early in the fourth quarter para hindi sila masyadong mahirapan sa paghahabol ng lamang na to.
Cross court, Reguera, 3. Too strong. Nakuha yan dito ni Aluso, and they're gonna slow it down. Time is on the side of BUCOR.
I've never been a fan of that. You slow down the game. I've always been a fan of you just keep attacking, keep doing what's working. If it's transition, keep running, keep running, keep running.
As Jason Bingkang leaves that shot short. They fight for that ball. Duran gets it. Meanwhile, this NBI team looks like they're taking their time, not really trying to push it, Coach Anton.
I don't think it's their strategy. It's just that Paul really can't push that ball up because of that right ankle.
But this time, the Safekeeper is going to push it up. Benito gets that steal. They've got numbers in their favor if they go quickly. Luabad open for 3. It's good.
Cutting the lead down to single digits is Sweet Lou Abad.
But after getting that 3-pointer, you give up a 2-pointer with Cablao. Baseball pass from the other end.
What a fake by Cablao to get Sweet Lou Abad up in the air.
Sweet Lou going down Benito, giving it up Reguera. Baseline J, no good. Here come the Safekeepers. That's a 3-on-2, 4-on-2. Bingkang going down the lane, floats it up and in.
Ever reliable Bingkang getting that short jumper to go inside. Not even fazed by the fact that that transition offense medyo na delay.
Benito tries for the blow-by, but a loose ball foul gonna be called dito. And the score is still 68-57 in Coach Anton. The Sharpshooters, every time they try to come up with an answer, the Safekeepers always fight back, always give one back. Ano ba yung kulang sa kanila ngayon?
I think right now it's more of the ball movement. They need to be able to move that ball around and give better opportunities to other players. Kasi parang nabuburo kay Sweet Lou Abad ngayon yung bola eh.
They need someone to come to life here in our ball game. Erwin Duran actually getting a bit silent in our second half, Coach
That's
Anton.
what I'm talking about. So you need to get Erwin Duran involved. I can understand Paul Reguera can't get involved right now in the offense because of that right ankle.
We take a look at that lakas shot of the quarter brought to you by Okada Manila. Sweet Lou with a short turnaround J from that baseline.
I understand Paul Reguera can be a decoy. He can act as a decoy para dito sa NBI Sharpshooters to get other players involved.
Benito giving it up. Reguera inside. Erwin Duran. The fake, the shot, it's good.
There you go. Right on cue. Erwin Duran getting involved in the offense. That's what we want to see from this NBI Sharpshooter squad.
And don't look now, Coach Anton. It's just a 7-point lead for BUCOR. So this time, it's the NBI Sharpshooters coming up with a run of their own.
And remember, in the last game, itong NBI Sharpshooters, they did damage, or they were the ones who the fourth quarter was their quarter.
As Carlos, a long 2-pointer from that baseline. You can see Reguera shaking his head in disappointment. Inside, that's a tough one. Caught in no man's land. This is a 3-on-1 fast break. Cablao hands it off. Binalik dito kay Lopez. Gets the screen, the Gortat pick from Carlos.
Nice seal screen by Carlos. Making it easy para dito kay Justin Lopez for that 2-point bucket.
And that lead is back to 11. Sweet Lou, that's a deep one. Offline. Balik dito, Aliuso forward, Cablao. Carlos cutting, they don't get it. Babagalan muna dito ng BUCOR safekeepers with the Kumos manning the point. That's a steal by Sweet Lou. Here we go, Benito in transition with the left hand.
I was going to say sayang yung cut doon ni Carlos. So again, this is what we're talking about. No, you're playing deliberate offense, trying to slow it down when in fact your transition game is working for you. So keep attacking and keep doing what's working for your team.
Kick it out. Justin Lopez. The jumper is good. Justin Lopez proving that the mid-range isn't dead. Another make for him. As the NBI Sharpshooters want to talk it over, their team down by 11 points. Back after that timeout, Jason Bingkang in their previous matchup, like I mentioned, Coach Anton, 14 points on perfect shooting from the field goal.
That's an example of efficiency, perfect tonight. 4 points, 3 assists, 2 blocks.
As Daphne Lozano has some information on the player of the game from the previous one, Jason Bingkang. Go ahead, Daphne.
Jason Bingkang of the Safekeepers may be low in the point-making department tonight, but we can't deny how he makes sure his presence is felt defensively. Katulad nga ng sinabi ni Coach Lucio Guevara, walang malas sa depensa. With that, I asked him, ano ang sinabi sa'yo ni Coach Lucio as personal encouragement? And he said in his own words, pairalin ko lang daw talaga ang kasipagan. Tira lang ng tira, takbo lang ng takbo. Mas mahirap kung hindi ako susubok. And so far, hindi lang kay Jason Bingkang nakikita itong mentality na to, pero sa buong koponan ng BUCOR Safekeepers. Back to you, Aaron and Coach Anton.
And that's been a collective spirit from this BUCOR Safekeeper squad. It's their identity to run, to gun, and to defend hard in that full court press. But an unsportsmanlike foul has been called on Paul Reguera. Taking a look at this one more time. Cablao getting the steal, trying to go into the open court, and Reguera just trying to pull him back.
Nothing he could do there. Talking about Paul Reguera, had to give up that foul. Yun nga lang under FIBA rules tinatawagan na ng unsportsmanlike foul yung mga ganong klase na foul.
And at that point, Coach Anton, it would be better to just give away the 2 points.
Yeah, because it's like a double black eye. It's like a double black eye. You get the foul, and then you get the free throws, and then you get ball. You give ball possession. So parang triple black eye nga yan.
This time, their team down. The NBI Sharpshooters, a 12-point deficit. De Viterbo is back in the game. Aliuso, they're daring him to shoot. Give it back to the number 21, De Viterbo. Justin Lopez hits nothing. This time it's Sweet Lou's turn. 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the final period. Erwin Duran attacking inside and doing what he did best in that first half, heading to the line for 2.
That's going to be something that we need to, or the Bureau of Correction Safekeepers need to look out for. Yung foul situation ni Justin Lopez. Remember, he's being matched up against Erwin Duran. It's no easy task to stop Erwin Duran inside.
Coach Anton, it's a 11-point lead for this BUCOR squad. Still 4 minutes and 25 seconds remaining here. How do you like the chances of this Sharpshooters squad?
4 minutes, it's still doable, mathematically possible is what they would say, but they gotta start now. They gotta string up some points. They gotta go on a run, like what I mentioned here in the 4th quarter. Otherwise, they are digging a hole for themselves.
But Carlos catching that ball on the baseline and finishing with the finger roll.
It's gotta start with defense. That interior defense nitong Sharpshooters, they need to do a better job stopping Carlos and De Guzman inside, and Justin Lopez as well.
That's a ill-advised pass from Paul Reguera as Carlos getting it, the big boy taking it down with the left hand. It's in.
Wow.
Another steal. Here they come, and De Viterbo wisely slowing it down for his team.
How do you stop that freight train down the lane using his left and then forcing a turnover on the other end is Justin Lopez, his safekeeper squad. A thing of beauty to watch.
8 seconds on the shot clock. De Viterbo hounded. 5 seconds left. They got to go quickly. Cablao throws it up. Reguera with the board. And this time the NBI sharpshooters, they've got to put their foot on the gas right now and try to go quickly.
Carlos trying to test the mobility of Paul Reguera. He knows that he's ailing with that right ankle. And Paul Reguera now, you see him walking back to the bench.
Gotisan entering for Paul Reguera. So it looks like Paul Reguera could be a time for him to get deactivated in this game after that really severe ankle sprain in that first half, Coach.
Hitting the showers, see Paul Reguera. That was tough, no? That was tough, that ankle sprain that we saw.
As they get it in the open court, De Guzman back to Carlos. Big to big action in transition.
You like seeing that your two bigs running down the floor, sharing the basketball. What a thing of beauty, this Bureau of Corrections Safekeepers team.
And the lead is ballooning, but Benito trying to cut it down. 81-66 is the score. Still 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining, Dito.
And now this is the time to slow the game down. Just make sure that, you know, you're just going to go through the motions.
Outside, De Viterbo, cross court. The attack by Carlos. That's going to be a foul on Erwin Duran. Just trying to stop that Carlos baseline drive.
It's tough, that baseline. Carlos has been making a living underneath or at that baseline.
They've been milking those points in the paint, this BUCOR safekeeper squad, Coach Anton. Outside, De Viterbo, 12 seconds on the shot clock. De Guzman, they're taking their time. 7 seconds left, kick out, De Guzman, big boy three, no. It's Lopez this time, the one-hander. And the friendly bounce, he gets it.
Justin Lopez, what a game he's had for today. Just a thing of beauty.
Tacuban this time. They've got 1 minute and 50 in this ball game. Tacuban for three, hits it. Tacuban, the sharpshooter. And binaril pa dun ni Tacuban on that shot.
Si Gonzalez eh. Hindi ko alam kung nakailag.
Take a look at this, it's Justin Lopez. Being harassed by Sweet Lou. This time it's De Guzman's turn. Take a look at that push-off. No call. Lopez this time.
A reach by Joel Tacuban. Trying to stop Justin Lopez inside. That's going to be tough for him to do.
And Coach Anton, in that earlier game of the Safekeepers versus PCGG, we saw a lot of inside attack, but we didn't see the mobility of the big men being showcased today. You're seeing De Guzman and Carlos dancing around on the perimeter.
I think it's because they're trying to take advantage of the fact na talagang bigs yung players ng NBI, like especially Erwin Duran, na mas mobile itong sila Carlos and sila De Guzman.
But this time, De Guzman, a traveling violation called on that pickup attempt. So babalik ang bola dito sa sharpshooters, but right now they're against the time. They've only got 1 minute and 23 remaining, being down 83-69.
Ang lalapad din kasi nito eh, sila De Guzman and sila Carlos. Difficult to stop once they get inside.
As Anthony Zamora entering the game for the Safekeepers, Erwin Duran gets the dish from Benito, and he's heading to the line for 2 free throws.
You see these big players. You see their Carlos saying na medyo may siko daw doon.
Listen to those drums on the sidelines. Talagang itong BUCOR, Coach Anton, no, every game that they've had, the drums, the fans always coming out in full support. And Parang naka-uniform pa sila dito,
May
Coach
drum
Anton.
and bugle nga eh. Di ba? Meron pang horns. Kompletong-kompleto. They came here to play and win this interagency. Itong Secretary's Cup.
As Borile taking a 3. No good for Christian. Pabalik ang bola dito sa NBI. And with less than a minute remaining here in our fourth quarter, looks like they're going to be shooting free throws. Itong NBI.
They are in the penalty, talking about the Bureau of Corrections safekeepers. Just going through the motions. This game is in the bag, 83-70, 13-point lead. Unless you have a T-Mac or a Reggie Miller on your squad, this 13-point lead is safe.
That's going to be tough with Paul Reguera on the bench. So really looks like this BUCOR safekeeper squad, they're going to be retaining that #1 position in our tournament with 3 wins and 0 losses. Meanwhile, the NBI Sharpshooters are going to be falling back to 1 and 2. It's going to be a tough one for them.
Would have been nice for the Sharpshooters to go up 2-1 above 500, but not tonight.
Especially after that W against the DOJ Saviors in their previous one, Coach Anton. It was a really good win for them. Really thought they could carry that momentum over onto this ball game, but we had questions before this game. The big men of NBI going up against this full court pressure, that non-stop hustle of BUCOR, and in the end, it was answered. BUCOR coming out victorious in our ball game.
That offensive rebound, you know, the way that they positioned inside, the way they hustled, the way they worked hard and crashed the offensive glass. That was a thing of beauty.
And Sweet Lou just trying to throw it off that ring for a rebound of his own. A bit too ambitious there. Taking a look at it, Sweet Lou, a smile on his face.
Do you see the resemblance, though? To,
Definitely.
Jeffrey the Jet Carriazo.
And 2 excellent ballers as Erwin Duran getting that shot, but oh, missing the gimme. Forward pass. Here comes Anthony Zamora with his first. No, he doesn't get it. Could have been Zamora's first 2. But this time, oh, another miss from the safekeepers. Balik dito kay Zamora. Still no good. Borile gets it and they're gonna hold it. Not even gonna take that shot as the Kumos wasting that clock.
Well, wisely holding on. Yun nga lang, nagka-turnover. Should have taken at least an attempt, no? Para at least walang ma-turnover, walang counted na team turnover.
Siguro sinabi niya, nakadami na dun sila Zamora dun sa ilalim. As itong si Abad tries the bank shot. No good. And that's a done deal at the end of our ball game. The score 83-72. The BUCOR safekeepers stay at #1 at the end of our opening game of this Thursday doubleheader. Meanwhile, it's the NBI Sharpshooters going to 1 and 2. After that win against DOJ, they come up with a loss in this ball game, but still a lot of potential for the NBI Sharpshooters in this tournament, Coach Anton.
Well, a lot of potential indeed, especially if they are healthy. Because Paul Reguera, remember, he came down with that right ankle sprain.
As the score at the end of our ball game, it's 83-72. An 11-point win for the Bureau of Corrections safekeepers, still in full control. As we give it over to Daphne Lozano for the best player of the game, that's Justin Lopez.
Magandang gabi mga kasinag! I am now beside our SLA DOJ Okada Manila. Best player of the game, Justin Lopez with 23 points, 11 rebounds, and 1 assist. Grabe, a double-double performance from Sir Justin. And may I note, he also has 10 out of 17 field goal. Kaya yun, sir, once again, congratulations po. And ayun, na-notice ko po kasi during your previous games ay of course medyo tahimik ka pa kung saan hindi mo pa masyadong pinaparamdam yung presence mo sa loob ng court. Pero ngayong gabi, pinaramdam mo na you are indeed the man of the game. So, can you share to us ano nga bang ginawa mo kanina para maging ganyan ang performance mo ngayon sa loob?
Actually, yung mindset ko lang kasi excited akong kalaban yung NBI kasi yung mga kalaban namin doon, dating former teammates ko din. Nakakalungkot lang kasi wala lang po si Kuya Butel po na sa team nila. So yun po yung mindset ko na nilagay sa akin na ibubuhos ko po yung lahat. Yun na po.
Talaga namang binuhos mo lahat, lalo na 'di ba dumoble pa yung points mo from first half to second half. Ngayon 23 na yung points mo. Pero yun nga, the team just keeps getting better and better kasi yun nga, your team still remains undefeated. So ano pa kaya ang pwede naming maasahan from BUCOR in your coming games?
Actually, ang maasahan po nila yung patuloy po na running game. Tuloy lang po yung conditioning namin kasi doon po kami medyo liamado. Dahil yung sa height po namin, di ba? Tsaka yung mga teammates po namin talagang running game din po kasi yung yung strength po namin. Yun po.
Ayan sir, baka meron kang gustong batiin at pasalamatan sa mga nanonood ngayon.
Binabati ko yung wife ko nanonood tsaka yung mga anak ko. Nagpapabati rin po si Judge Crespo, happy birthday po. Shoutout sa NBPH, sa Team Castelo, sa parents ko nanonood po. Tsaka sa lahat po ng mga nanonood po. Team Mencom, Team Castelo.
Thank you so much once again. That is our best player of the game. Back to you, Aaron and Coach Anton.
And that was our Okada Manila best player of the game, Justin Lopez, with 23 points and 11 rebounds away. Congratulations to Justin Lopez and the entire BUCOR Safekeeper squad. Once again, myself, Aaron D, alongside Coach Anton, De Los Reyes, and Coach Anton. Any final thoughts after that first matchup that you had dito sa Sinag Liga, Asya?
Well, that was an amazing ball game para dito sa BUCOR. Their offensive rebounds, the way that they ran that basketball, the way they took advantage of the fact that Paul Reguera was injured. Perfect game, I would say, for the Safekeepers.
And BUCOR staying at #1 in this tournament. Meanwhile, NBI going down to 1-2 with their record. Really a tough loss para sa kanila. As we take a look at the game up next, it's the Defenders going up against the Saviors, all happening at 9:30 p.m. here at the PACO Arena in the city of Manila. That concludes our opening game of this Thursday doubleheader on this beautiful Thursday evening. Once again, the name is Aaron D, and you'll be hearing a lot more from myself and Coach Antonio De Los Reyes in our second game. So stay tuned here at our SLA DOJ Interagency Cup 2025.